So it is a lovely Friday in May. The sun is creeping in and out of the sky. We're down on Queen's Quay. I'm here with Mr. Jeff Ranson of Toronto 2030 District. It's great to have you here. So tell me a little bit about yourself and your own personal background.
I'm a sustainable development consultant who's been working for about the last 10 years on market transformation of the built environment. So that's working with architects and engineers, developers, building owners and managers on how to integrate sustainability into their building practices.
The Toronto 2030 District, where did you find the inspiration and where did the whole idea come from?
The Toronto 2030 District, which is really a consortium of organizations focused on addressing our urban greenhouse gas emissions within the downtown core of the city. It really started off when the founder of Architecture 2030, Ed Mazzaria, came and gave a keynote presentation at the Green Building Festival and put the challenge out to the Toronto communities. So we went down to Pittsburgh to meet with the other 2030 districts at the time. What made them work in those cities and how would a district work here in Toronto?
Have the cities or the operators of the 2030 districts in the U.S. been helpful?
Yeah, so we have an ongoing network. There are now 10 2030 districts in total in North America, and periodically are sharing with one another about best practices for managing the district, bringing people together, gathering data and using that to help building owners and operators improve their building performance.
Is there a clear-cut defined goal that by the year 2030?
We've got some targets that we've laid out as guidelines for builders. To put it in its sort of simplest fashion, we're looking at cutting emissions roughly in half across downtown.
What steps are you taking in order to initiate and build this?
So we're bringing together different stakeholder groups, different types of building owners to understand how those sectors operate. And then we're really looking for industry-led solutions to understand what their capabilities are and what their challenges are to improving their performance.
In terms of your own setup of the organization, is there a board of directors? Do you have a group of associates?
We are being sort of incubated by Sustainable Buildings Canada as a nonprofit association. We have our own independent advisory board, which is representative of our three major stakeholder groups. So the building owner partners and developer partners, the service partners, and then the community partners, which are the utilities, the government agencies, and the nonprofit partners.
So let's talk briefly about the various asset classes when it comes to commercial real estate and development. The work that you're doing generally pertains to mixed use, green development. How have the developers and owners of these various asset classes combined to become mixed use development reacted, and what type of work is left to be done?
We've seen the most movement in the commercial office sector, adopted programs like LEED. Other sectors is a little bit harder because the value proposition might be a little different, the way you sell it. So walkable communities, places that have good amenities and good public quality of life. Energy efficiency, which hopefully is lowering the cost of ownership of condominiums and condo fees, or for single family homeowners.
If you could put out a word of outreach to the community in Toronto, and what would you say, what would you look for? How would you like others to get involved?
We're always looking for new organizations to sign up to the district. It's very easy to do so and there's no cost to join. Our view is that it's much more effective for organizations to be proactive in how they address this. So go out, learn what you can do, and if you're looking for help in identifying some of this, we certainly encourage you to talk to us.
I grew up in Toronto, I've lived here my entire life, and I absolutely love it. I'm a big fan, and I think you're doing a wonderful thing. I want to thank you for spending some time with me. This was a great conversation, and I'm hoping that we could do it again sometime soon.
Thank you very much.